Good.
This was not a good thing. It was an evil thing. Oh, Senator, sit down, sit down. I know you don't like to hear that. But I mean, clearly you are honest to the Bible. The Bible said Jacob was named Israel. That's what we get it from. In the Bible, it said Jacob was given the name Israel. After that, he had conquered the angel. Right? And the Bible said that he wrestled with the angel. All right. Remember that. Understand what it meant. Now, if this man was wrestling with the angel of God, trying to force the angel to do something the angel did not come to do, that's an enemy of the angel. He said, I will not let you go. The angel pleaded, right? And I want to bring it up. He pleaded the Jacob to let him go. Jacob said, no, no, no. I can't let you go until you bless me. The book says you wrestle all night long. And when day began to break, the angel said, let you go. He said, no, no. Bless me before you go. Right? This is a beginning. And he's saying, sticking up the angel of God. Now let us get down to the truth. This is the essence of down to the power of the Canadian people in his way of man from the white man, his race of people. And he didn't intend to stop until that he had separated black and white.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
In the most holy name of Allah, who came to us, the black man and the black woman here in the hills of North America, in the divine person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, and the one God to whom all holy praise is due forever, the Lord of all the worlds. We forever thank him for his coming and for his raising up in our midst a divine leader, a divine teacher, and a divine guide in the personage of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the last and the greatest messenger of Allah. So it is in their two great names that I would like to greet you once again, my beloved black brothers and sisters, in the nation of Islam's greeting words of peace in the Arabic language, which is indeed the original language of the original black man. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. For those of you, and there should be always at least a few, who are unfamiliar with the greeting words of Assalamu alaikum, they simply mean, when they are translated from the black man's language of Arabic into the white man's language of English, peace be unto you. The greeting words of peace be unto you are the greeting words of all of the prophets of Allah, of God. They are the greeting words of all of the righteous. If you open your Bible to the book of Genesis and turn to chapter 43 and then go down to verse 23, you will find the words Assalamu alaikum in the Bible. But once again, you and I, who have been robbed of our original tongue, our original language, and been brought up to read and understand and to speak the white man's language. When you open your Bible, of course, it's not in our original black language, it's in the white man's language of English. So it doesn't say in Arabic, Assalamu alaikum, it says in English, peace be unto you. But the English words, peace be unto you, listen well, mean Assalamu alaikum. Y'all with me so far?
Yes, sir.
If you were to turn the pages of that Bible and go to the book of Luke, the 24th chapter and the 36th verse, you will find your so-called Christian Jesus greeting in the manner of the Muslims, saying, peace be unto you. But Jesus didn't speak English. The reason it says peace be unto you in your New Testament is the same reason it says peace be unto you in your Old Testament in Genesis. It is because what the prophet Joseph said in Genesis 43 and 23, and what the prophet Jesus said in Luke 24 and 36, they didn't say peace be unto you because neither one of them spoke English. Joseph did not speak English. The prophet Joseph. Jesus did not speak English. For those of you who believe that Joseph spoke Hebrew, he said, peace be unto you, but the way he would have said it would have been a shalom aleichem. Jesus did not say, peace be unto you in English, and for those of you who believe he spoke Aramaic, the way he would have said it would have been assalamu alaikum. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And of course, you have Arabic, assalamu alaikum, which is the way Muhammad greeted Muhammad in the Holy Quran greets by saying, peace be unto you. But the Holy Quran is in our original language of Arabic. So it doesn't say in English, peace be unto you. It says in Arabic, Assalamu alaikum. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, why does Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum, Assalam alaikum, why do all three sound the same?
Good question.
Well, I got a better question. How come neither one of those three languages sound anything like peace be unto you?
Definitely a better question.
Come on now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because Assalamu alaikum, Assalam alaikum, Assalamu alaikum, these are all languages that belong to the same family. Y'all listening to me this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
But English is a language that does not belong to that family.
Go ahead.
Meaning that the people called Hebrew, the people called Arab, and whatever the people were called that spoke Aramaic, these are all people who are family. They're related to one another.
Go ahead.
But the people who speak English, the people who speak Italian, the people who speak Spanish,
Go ahead.
the people who speak German, the people who speak Russian, the people who speak Polish,
Sir.
the people who speak any of the languages of Europe, none of those people belong to the family of the people who speak Aramaic, Arabic, and Hebrew.
Go ahead.
Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. That's right.
White people are not related to the people of the Bible.
Make that
They
plain.
didn't hear one thing I just said.
Make that plain.
White people are not related to the people of the Bible.
Come on.
The white man's history is in the Bible
Yes, sir.
if you understand it. But there is no familial relationship between white people and the people of the Bible. White folk are not Hebrew,
Go ahead.
and they're not related to Hebrews. White people are not Arabs, and they're not related to Arabs.
Go ahead.
Whatever you call the people who spoke Aramaic, white people are not that and are not related to the people who spoke that. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
In fact, white people are not related to any of the people on this planet Earth. White folk ain't family with nobody. Nobody is family with white folks. The only people that white people are related to is other white people.
Come on.
The white man is not related to the yellow man. The white man is not related to the brown man.
That's
The
right.
white man is not related to the red man.
That's right.
The white man is not related to the black man. And like I said, I'll say it again. The white man ain't related to no man but his damn self. Are you listening to me? The white man is a brand new man on the face of the planet Earth. He's a brand new man. And it were not for the fact that the brown, the red, and the yellow are family of the black man. They are races of the black nation. You could say they were brand new men too. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
But the original man is not just the black nation. The original man is the black nation and the races from that nation. Y'all listening to me this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
It is not until the brown germ is grafted all the way out into a white germ that it is no longer original. Read your lessons.
Come on.
Talk black to me. The brown man has not been grafted all the way out of the black man or the black nation. Y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
The brown man is an original man. The yellow man is an original man. Listen now. Student enrollment.
Come on.
Right?
Yes, sir.
What is the population of the original nation
Yes, sir.
in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth?
Yes, sir.
The population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America is 17 million, with
Yes, sir.
the 2 million Indians.
Yes, sir.
Is that the black man or the red man? That's the red man.
Yes, sir.
With the 2 million Indians makes it 19 million.
Yes.
All over the planet Earth, it is 4,400,000,000.
Yes, sir.
That's not just talking about the black nation.
Go ahead.
That's talking about the black nation, the brown race, the yellow race, the red race.
Go ahead.
Are you listening to me?
Teach.
So because they are related to us,
Come on.
they are family to us,
Come on.
you can't technically say they're a brand new man. Are you listening to me?
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
But the white man,
Woo.
he's no family at all. The white man is not related at all. We are no kith of the white man. We are no kin of the white man. And he's no kith nor kin to us. Talk black to me.
Go ahead.
Everybody still all right?
Yes, sir.
We are explaining the greeting words of Assalamu alaikum. They simply mean peace be unto you. They don't mean bean pies. Assalamu alaikum doesn't mean bow ties. Assalamu alaikum doesn't mean hate white folks. Assalamu alaikum doesn't mean violence and racism and terrorism.
Right. Teach.
Assalamu alaikum means peace be unto you. And it is the most proper and most civilized greeting that one could give.
Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I guess that's enough on Assalamu alaikum for this particular Sunday because we don't want to be here 4 hours. All praise is due to Allah once again for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Take your time, brother.
Take a look, if you would, at the board to my left. The board to my left is called in the Nation of Islam the Actual Facts Board.
Come on.
And I like to say that no temple meeting is complete without the teaching of the Actual Facts Board. So I'm hoping, even praying, that someone did their job and has someone viewing this lecture this afternoon for the first time. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right now. If you notice, you have 2 flags on the board. One, the American flag. The other, the flag of Islam. But notice, the flag of Islam does not look exactly like the flags of Islam that have been flying for the past 400 years. Are you listening to me? A matter of fact, for the past 1,400 years.
Go ahead.
The traditional Islamic flag has the moon going in the opposite direction. Anybody listen?
Make it plain.
Is this too simple? Am I not exciting this afternoon? The traditional Islamic, I don't give a damn about being excited today.
Go ahead.
You're going to learn something.
Yes, sir.
The traditional Islamic flag has the moon going in the opposite direction. Now, the sentence I just uttered,
Yes, sir.
this is a word man right here.
Try to do my best.
The sentence I just uttered,
Yes, sir.
what are the two key words?
Opposite direction.
Damn it, I thought I was going to get it.
Yes, sir.
Opposite
Major.
direction.
Yes, sir.
Opposite direction.
Yes, sir.
Opposite direction. The traditional Islamic flag has the moon going in the opposite direction. Now, those of you who like to drag Islam in the name of some other black ideology, philosophy, doctrine, or whatever, what Islam are you dragging? When you're dragging Islam to cause our people in the hells of North America to reject the salvation that Master Farad Muhammad has offered us through his messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. What are you dragging? You are dragging that traditional Islam that has an opposite direction
Go ahead.
to our Islam,
Go ahead.
which ties into my subject today, Allah's aim and purpose.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
The nation of Islam is moving in an opposite direction to the traditional Islam.
Come on.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is why we are fasting right now.
Come on.
We don't fast in Ramadan. And the month of December is not our Ramadan.
Come on.
The month of December is not the holy month of Ramadan for the followers of Elijah.
Come on. Teach.
The followers of Elijah don't have a Ramadan. Are you listening to me?
Come on.
Because Ramadan is the opposite direction of the followers of Elijah.
Go ahead. Teach.
Y'all not listening, or if you are, you not agreeing. You think that's just Eric Muhammad being old, disagreeable, argumentative Eric Muhammad. Shut up. Like I don't have nothing better to do than be argumentative with you. Who the hell are you?
Come on.
I don't have to be argumentative with you.
That's right.
Do I get paid to be argumentative with these niggas?
No, sir. Right.
Then what?
Come on.
Stop. Think. Get out your feelings.
Right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I say the things I say because of the lectures of the messenger I listen to. I say the things I say because of the books of the messenger I read. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm just now reading the messenger saying the exact same thing that I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it.
Come on.
So if you feel I'm being argumentative, blame the messenger. The messenger said that the reason we fast in December is to be a sign that we, the black man, in the hells of North America, are the end. The what?
The end.
Does the word end relate to the word direction?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Does the word beginning relate to the word direction?
Yes, sir.
Is the end in the same direction as the beginning, or is it in the opposite direction of the beginning?
Go ahead.
If I tell you, we go to the restaurant
Yes, sir.
and get some food.
Yes, sir.
And one of us is standing in the beginning of the line, the other one is standing at the end of the line.
Right.
So here somebody comes
Right.
that has not been in the line, and they walk to the front beginning
Right.
of the line. And we say to them, excuse me,
Right. Okay.
the line
This is.
is back there. The end of the line is back there.
The opposite direction.
The opposite direction, right or wrong.
Right.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
How many of us have been in a line somewhere and somebody try to cut the line
Yes, sir.
and you send them in the opposite direction
Yes, sir.
of the part of the line that you in?
Come on.
Right or wrong?
Right.
Teach.
We, the black people of America, are the end of the signs pertaining to Ramadan and pilgrimage.
Mm.
Come on.
If the sign of Ramadan has an end, then it also had a beginning.
Mm.
If the sign of pilgrimage has an end,
Go ahead.
then it also had a beginning.
Come on, brother.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
We are a sign that Ramadan and pilgrimage as signs have reached their end,
Come on.
which means that what we represent is the opposite direction.
Teach. Teach.
Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Talk black to me.
Teach.
We represent the opposite direction of what those signs represent.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hmm.
Pilgrimage didn't begin with Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him,
That's right. Teach. That's right.
but it did begin. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
The most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Allah, Master Farad Muhammad, we're getting into one of his aims and purposes, does not desire to build his new kingdom
Come on.
on old foundations.
Go ahead. That's what he said.
Talk black to me.
Come on.
Teach.
He further teaches us that we are going to build our own holy city.
Go
And that is the fulfillment of the scripture where it says, and I beheld the new Jerusalem
Come on.
coming down. Right or wrong?
That's right.
Sir.
That's right. Teach.
Do you see opposite direction in what I'm saying from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad?
He's
Yes, sir.
teach.
Teach. Teach Elijah.
The Holy Quran teaches that Ramadan is the month in which the Holy Quran was revealed.
Yes, sir.
And that because of it, we ought to fast in that month. Unless we're sick or on a journey, and then we fast a light number of other days.
Right.
Right or wrong?
Yes, right. Teach.
It's Elijah, brother.
But the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, opposite direction, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that these two books, Bible and Quran, have served the people to whom they were given. He teaches us that we're walking out of both books, the Bible and the Quran. That the Bible and the Quran take us up to the end of this world, the judgment of this world, and they give us a small peek into the hereafter, but they don't take us into the hereafter.
Go ahead.
The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us
Go ahead.
that we must have a new book
Come on.
to be our guide
Come on.
into the new civilization that Allah will establish.
Go ahead.
Is that not opposite in direction?
Yes, sir.
Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
The Holy Quran teaches us that every prophecy has a term.
That's right.
But the Orthodox Muslims,
Come on.
in their misguided semi-worship of Prophet Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
think that the Holy Quran is an everlasting guidance. The same book that says every prophecy has a term.
They skipped that part.
Go ahead.
I wish you would argue with me when it comes to the Holy Quran. The same book that tells you every prophecy has a term. Then here you come. The Quran will be the guidance forever. No, it won't. Moses' teaching was not to last forever. Jesus' teaching was not to last forever.
Come on.
And the revelation of this Quran through Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was not to last as our guidance forever, and it bears witness that it won't last forever. The Holy Quran speaks of a guidance for the hereafter that no eye has seen,
Come on.
no ear has heard,
Go ahead.
nor has any heart been able to conceive. Talk black to me. It's a whole lot of eyes seen this.
Yes, sir.
It's a whole lot of ears heard this. It's a whole lot of hearts that have conceived this. What are you talking about? Talk black to me. You in the Orthodox Islamic world, you prophesy of the coming of the great Mahdi.
Come on.
Like the great Mahdi is going to come reading and studying the Holy Quran. Like the great Mahdi is coming to teach Quran.
Come on.
Are you nuts? I must be nuts to ask that question because the answer is obviously yes. These fools actually think that the great Mahdi
Yes, sir.
is going to come, study the Quran, and then teach the Quran so well that he's going to restore the kingdom of Islam. The great Mahdi comes with a guidance
Come on.
that is not the same as what was revealed to Prophet Muhammad 1400 years ago. The principles remain the same.
Go ahead.
But when the great Mahdi comes, he comes with a new Islam. And that's why the flag of Islam, when he comes, has the moon in the opposite direction.
Go ahead.
The traditional Islamic flag has it going in this direction, meaning the moon is at its what? End.
Come on.
But the moon in the nation of Islam is the moon at its beginning. Are you listening to me? That's a new moon right there.
Come on. A new one.
The Orthodox Islamic world's flag has an old moon in it. But our Islamic flag has a new moon in it. Because our teaching is a new Islam. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
It is a teaching that prepares us to receive that new guidance that is hinted at in both books, Bible and Holy Quran. All right. Now look at the American flag. You see the word above it, Christianity. That's a religion.
Yes, sir.
You got the white man's religion above the white man's flag. Let me say that again. You got the white man's religion above the white man's flag. The two go together. Talk black to me. The white man's flag and his religion go together. And together, Christianity, his religion, the stars and stripes, his flag, together, we have received nothing in either one. We have received nothing since we came under both.
That's right.
But slavery, suffering, and death. And we were hung on trees by the people who represent the cross, which is the symbol of their religion. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Under the white man's flag and in the white man's religion, we have never received anything but slavery, suffering, and death. Just Muslim rhetoric? Take a look in the damn mirror. You cannot intelligently claim that we as black people have ever experienced, whether in Africa or throughout the diaspora, anything under any flag of the white man and in the religion of the white man, but slavery, suffering, and death.
Come on.
That's a fact.
That's right.
But we so stupid.
Right.
We want to hold on to Christianity
Come on.
and the slavery, suffering, and death that came to us with Christianity.
Come on.
We want to hold on to the white man's flag and the slavery, suffering, and death we have always experienced under that flag. We crazy as hell. Now on the right, you have the Islamic flag.
Oh,
There's a religion above that flag too.
That's right.
that's right.
It says Islam.
Right.
Okay. But under the flag of Islam, you have the words freedom, justice, and equality.
Come on.
Well, wait a minute. If under the flag of Islam, we are offered freedom instead of slavery,
Yes, sir.
justice instead of suffering, equality instead of death, and we are not hung from trees by the people who advocate that religion, why do we want to stay in Christianity, stay in America, stay with America? Why don't we want to accept Islam?
Good question.
Talk black to me. In America, you beg for freedom. In America, you beg for justice.
Yes, sir.
In America, you beg for equality. But in Islam, you are given freedom,
Come on.
given justice, given equality.
Go ahead.
Why not accept Islam? Talk black to me. What does the American flag mean?
Okay.
Why does it have a blue square? Why does it have white stripes? Why does it have red stripes?
Teach.
The American flag is composed of a red background.
Come on.
The Muslim flag is composed also of a red background.
Go ahead.
In the Islamic flag, you simply have a moon and a star on the background. But in the white man's flag,
Come on.
you have a blue square on the background.
Yes, sir.
And you have 6 white stripes running across the background.
Go ahead.
By running 6 white stripes across the red background, it causes the red background to look like 7 red stripes. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Why is this square blue? What does blue as a color mean? What does red as a color mean? What does white as a color mean?
Teach.
The 6 white stripes in the white man's flag are white because they represent the white people
Come on.
of the flag.
Come on.
Are you listening to me?
Look.
They represent the entire white race. Not just the white man of America, but the whole white race.
Come on.
Are you listening to me? All right. Why are there 6 of them? We'll get into that in a minute if it be the will of Allah. What does the color blue represent? Where do we see blue in creation? Let's look at creation.
Yes, sir.
Why must we look at creation? Because you're a Christian and you claim to be with Jesus. Jesus, whenever he wanted to teach you something, he would always refer to creation.
Come on. That's right.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Consider the lilies of the field.
Come on.
The kingdom of heaven is like unto a man sowing wheat in a field.
That's right.
Right or wrong?
Oh, yeah.
Lost sheep, prodigal son. All of these things refer to something in creation. Okay. Where do we find blue in creation? If you look at your veins, what color does your blood look when it's in your vein? It has a bluish look. But if you cut yourself, what is the true color of the blood? Red. Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
It looks blue, but is red.
Come on.
All right. Where else do you find blue in creation? The deep what? Blue sea. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
But if you stick a glass of water in the deep blue sea and pick it up, ain't no blue water.
Right. Lose it.
Right or wrong?
That's right.
Where else do you see blue in creation?
Sky.
You look up at the sky and the sky looks blue. But as far as you can fly something up in the sky, you will never find any blue air up there. Right or wrong?
Right.
Talk black to me. So the color blue represents untruth. It represents falsehood. It represents something looking like one thing, but it is another thing. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, what difference does that make? Listen, the importance of the color blue is not simply because the square is blue.
Come on.
I mean, blue meaning untrue is not there just for the sake of being there.
Right.
It is because there are stars inside the blue square. Are y'all following me this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
It is what the color blue represents with respect to the stars in it. We got a star in our flag. Not 50 of them, but just one. Because that one star in our flag represents all the stars in the heavens. The stars in the white man's flag do not represent the stars of heaven. They represent states of his country. Are you listening to me? The white man has 50 states, and each star in the white man's flag represents one of those 50 states. It has nothing to do with the heavens. It has everything to do with the states. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. The star is a symbol of justice. If you notice, law enforcement officers have a star on their badge. It represents their authority to execute justice.
Come on.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the stars in the white man's flag represent the justice that is meted out in all of the 50 states of his country. But they're placed in a blue background, which means there is no true justice.
Come on.
Are you listening to me?
Loud and clear.
The white man has a system of justice that's not true. You don't get true justice under the white man. If you can buy enough justice, you can get it.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
Look at the 6 white stripes again. We've explained the stars. It means untrue justice. Do you know or notice that there's no moon in the white man's flag? The reason there is no moon in the white man's flag is because there's no justice for us in the white man's flag, which means there's no true justice, because true justice is a justice that is for all. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
The white man's Pledge of Allegiance says, with freedom and justice for all. But there's no freedom and justice for all in America.
That's right.
Even white people. There's no freedom and justice for all white people.
Come on.
There sure as hell ain't no freedom and justice for all people. Y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
All right. The 6 white stripes in the white man's flag represent the 6,000 years that the white race as a whole was given to be the boss over all the other colors. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
The white race has ruled all of the colors of man, up to and including the original people, black people. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
The white man has ruled the red. The white man has ruled the yellow. The white man has ruled the brown. The white man has ruled the black. The white man has ruled all of the peoples of the earth. And he was given this authority to rule by God. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
God gave the white man power to rule all of us. But he put a limit on the white man's rule. See, this is your problem. You see the white man ruling, and you read the white man's history, and you see the white man having ruled for centuries.
Right.
And you think there's no end to the white man ruling you. You think there's no end to the white man being the top man on the earth. You're a nut. If there was a beginning of the white man being the top man on the earth, then there's an end to the white man being the top man on the earth. When the white man got here, who was the top man on the earth? The black man. You can read history and see when we, black people, with broad noses, thick lips, kinky hair, were the top people on the planet Earth.
Come on, brother.
That's a fact.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening to me?
Loud and clear, sir.
This is why the white man's dollar bill, where the dollars at? Where the dollars at? Where the dollars at? If it don't make dollars, what else it don't make?
It don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
Come on.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
You take that white man's dollar and you look on the back of it, and what does he have?
Pyramid.
A pyramid.
Come on.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
Ain't his pyramid.
Honoring and recognizing
Black
the
man.
original top position that the black man of Africa once had. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
The white man is fascinated as hell with ancient Egypt.
That's right.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
The white man worships ancient Egypt.
Hypnotized.
He talked that ancient Rome talk. He talks that ancient Greece talk. But there's no ancient nothing that the white man worships like he worships ancient Egypt.
That's real.
You ever heard of Romantology?
No, sir.
You ever heard of Greekology?
No, sir.
But you heard of Egyptology.
Yes, sir.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Talk black to me.
Go ahead, man.
We are a people who were once the top people on the face of the planet Earth. But the white man rose to that position. I'm simply trying to make the point that when you look at how powerful the white man has become, and you think, oh, it must always be this way. No, it must not. The white man was given a limited time to rule. And what you don't know and won't accept is that the white man's time to rule has come to an end.
Come on.
It's no more time for the white man to be the top man. What did Jesus say? Jesus said, as it was. What did he say, Brother Gerard X?
As it was.
As it was when though? He said, as it was in the beginning.
Yes, sir.
So shall it be in the ending.
Come on.
Well, what was it like in the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
The black man was the top man.
Go ahead.
Since the black man was the top man in the beginning, and Jesus said as it was in the beginning, that's how it would be in the ending. That means since we reached the end of the white man's time, it's time for the black man to be put back on top again. Talk black to me. And so the 6 white stripes represents the 6,000 years white people were given to rule black people. But their time is up. It is now time for the black man to rise back to that position of power. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now there is the appearance of 7 red stripes, right? 7 red stripes. Well, what does the number 7 mean? Talk black to me. What does the color red mean? Remember, the color blue represents appearing to be one thing, but actually being another. Your blood looks blue until you bleed. And then the color that is true is what?
Red.
Red. Talk black to me. What gives everything its true color? We're going back to creation. The sun. The sun gives everything its true color. And it's a symbol of what? Freedom. Red is the color of truth. The sun is the symbol of freedom because the sun shines equally on all, regardless of whether they are the just or the unjust.
That's right.
Sunlight does not discriminate. Sunlight shines on all,
Keep.
and it shines equally on all. The sun gives freely of its light. It doesn't give a certain amount of light one place and withhold a certain amount of light another place. Are you listening to me? All right. So red is the color of truth. The sun is the symbol of freedom. The star is the symbol of justice. All right? Now, 7 red stripes means what? It means in the 7,000th year, after 6,000 years of untruth, ruling over the people, that the God of truth would come, meaning Advent, 7th-day Advent,
Go ahead.
that the God of truth would come, and he would guide us into all truth, as Jesus said. And that's why all the background is seen in the Muslim flag.
Go ahead.
It's a solid red background. Ain't no stripes. Nothing in the background, across the background. Just the moon and the star in the light of the sun. Are you listening to me?
That's right.
The moon is a symbol of equality. Look at creation. That's how we find the moon serving as a symbol of equality. Is 3/4 or 3/4, is 3/4 and 1/4 equal? No. 3/4 and 1/4 are not equal. The earth is approximately covered underwater, approximately 3/4 of its surface. Right or wrong? Well, if you don't have an equal amount of land and water, where do we get the balance here? Why is there a balance if there's such an imbalance insofar as volume, quantity? Why do we have a balance insofar as function? Why? Because of the moon. The moon serves as an equalizer. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
One fella is 6'5", 287 pounds, all muscle. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
And another fella is not even 5'6", no muscles. And the two got beef. Are they equal?
No, sir. That's a mismatch.
Talk back to me. That's a mismatch, right?
Yes, sir.
Until the little fella that's not even 5'6" pulls out a 380.
Go ahead.
When the little fella pulls out a 380 and looks up at the big fella, now they equal. Talk black to me.
Go ahead.
The little fella don't want to fight the big fella. Now the big fella no longer wants to fight the little fella.
Right.
Because he got to equalize.
Go ahead. That's right.
He got to move.
Go ahead.
That gun is, that 380 serving the same purpose as the moon.
Go ahead.
The moon literally pulls on the water, holding the water in place.
Go ahead.
We're not listening. The water is not sitting flat on the planet. The water is actually bulged out
Come on.
from the planet because of the moon pulling on it. What if the moon wasn't pulling on the water and the water just collapsed,
Right.
for lack of a better term? How much more earth would be underwater? Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
So the moon is an equalizer. So in the Islamic flag, you have the moon next to the star and in the light of the sun to symbolize that justice is equal for all in the light of the sun.
Come on.
But that's not true in America. Talk black to me.
Gee.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you would have two flags representing two forms of government with two different religions, and they're moving in the opposite direction of one another, right or wrong.
Yes, sir.
So they can't occupy the same space at the same time. The earth ain't big enough for both. Talk black to me. Okay, this is why the words say in the middle, which one will survive the war of Armageddon? Which one will survive the war of Armageddon? There must be a war between the two. The people who represent that flag and the people who represent this flag. Why? Because they move it in opposite directions. One wants to rule the earth in one direction. The other seeks to rule the earth in another direction. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
So there must be a war between the two to decide direction the peoples of the earth are going to be led in. Talk black to me. That war is called Armageddon. It's a war that breaks out in the Middle East, but it engulfs the entire world. It's called World War III. But the area of the world, in the Bible, in the book of Joel, the area of the world where it breaks out is in the Middle East. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Which one will survive? Will the flag of America and what it symbolizes, will the states, the 50 states of America, outlast the stars of heaven?
As you were, sir.
Are you kidding me? Will the 50 states of America outlast the sun? Will the 50 states of America outlast the moon?
No, sir.
The sun, the moon, and the star are forever. Talk black to me.
That's right.
But the 50 states of America have a beginning. And the 50 states of America have an end.
Indeed.
And if you look at the symbolism of the flag, you see the people that these 50 states represent. You see 6, meaning they're limited to the number 6. 6 what? Days.
Go ahead.
Are the days 24 hours? No. Their Bible, Christianity says, one day in the Lord is as 1,000 of our years.
Come on.
So that means 6,000 years. Are you listening? Okay. But in the 7,000 years,
Come on.
the Christians of this book say is the Advent day.
Go ahead.
The day of the Advent or the coming of God. And on the day of the Advent or the coming of God, they teach is the end of the present world and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven on earth. Right or wrong? All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But there's no end seen in the Islamic flag.
Come on.
There's no end sun, no end moon, no end stars. Talk black to me. But there's an end to the white man's 50 states.
Go ahead.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
The white man is literally telling us himself, this ain't Muslim rhetoric. The white man literally is on podcasts day in and day out saying that America is about to collapse.
Go ahead.
And while the white man is telling us that his country is about to collapse, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're watching football, you're watching basketball. Some of you niggas watching soccer. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Imagine that, black soccer moms.
Copy.
Really? The white man is nervous as hell, and he's saying with a sense of urgency that there is a collapse coming upon America, and it's going to happen soon. You can't call it Muslim talk no more, because now the white man is talking. Talk black to me. And you who don't want to listen to us Muslims, you are in no way, form, or fashion ready for the collapse of America. You ain't ready for it.
Gee.
We're ready for it. We've been teaching it for damn near 100 years. We're ready. It won't catch us by surprise.
Go ahead.
In fact, we walking around like this. Well, what the hell is taking so long?
Praise the Lord.
Talk black to me. Well, in the Nation of Islam, we ask another question after that question. Since America as a nation will not survive the sun, moon, and star of heaven, why not accept the flag? Why not accept the religion? Why not accept the government that flag symbolizes and give up the one that this flag symbolizes? Why not accept Islam? Talk back to me. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, how does all of that tie into my subject, the aim, or Allah's aim and purpose? How does it tie in? I just told you some of Allah's aim and some of Allah's purpose. It is Allah's aim and Allah's purpose in coming.
Go ahead.
In what?
Coming.
In coming to establish freedom, justice, and equality for all in the light of the sun. So point number one of what the Muslims want. Now, who are the Muslims? When we say what the Muslims want, what the Muslims believe.
Right.
What Muslims? Shia Muslims?
As you were, sir.
Sunni Muslims?
As you were, sir.
Salafi Muslims?
As you were, sir.
Sufi Muslims?
Come on, sir. As you were.
When we say the Muslims,
Come on.
what are we talking about? We're talking about the followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Point number one of what the Muslims want. We want freedom.
Come on. Yes, sir.
You say, well, we already have freedom. Abraham Lincoln freed us.
Really?
No, Abraham Lincoln emancipated us.
Go ahead.
Abraham Lincoln emancipated us. White folk have a tendency to play niggas with words.
Come on. Teach.
Abraham Lincoln did not free us. The Civil War brought an abolition to the institution of chattel slavery. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Chattel slavery was indeed abolished. We were indeed so-called freed from chattel slavery. Are you following me so far?
Yes, sir.
But we were not given freedom. We were not given justice. We were not made equal. And this is why we say we want freedom, a full and complete freedom. We were not given a full freedom. We were not given a complete freedom. The white man freed us and didn't give us no land. Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
We were supposed to be given 40 acres and a mule. But the white man freed us without giving us any land. The white man freed us from the chains and the shackles of chattel slavery, but he didn't free us from his names. You was Wilson, you were Jackson and Johnson and Washington and whatever white man's names as a slave, and you stayed Jackson, Johnson, Washington, and Wilson after slavery. Why were you not freed of the white man's name? Talk black to me. You were freed of the white man's physical chains, but you weren't freed of the white man's names. You weren't freed of the white man's language. You weren't freed of the white man's culture. You weren't freed from the white man's land. You weren't freed from the white man's nothing. You weren't even freed from the white man's hand. Whenever he wanted to slap you upside your nappy head, he slapped you upside your nappy head. What kind of freedom is that? Whenever the white man wanted to bust you upside your head, he bust you upside your head. What the hell kind of freedom is that? Whenever the white man wanted to burn your house to the ground, he burnt your house to the ground. What the hell kind of freedom is that? When the white man wanted to hang you, when the white man wanted to lynch you, when the white man wanted to burn you, when the white man wanted to castrate you, when the white man wanted to rape you, when the white man wanted to rob you, he did whatever the hell he wanted to do to you, and this was after he so-called freed you from slavery. What kind of freedom is that? Talk black to me. No, we want a full freedom. We want a complete freedom. We want a freedom that makes us equal with the white man. Not a freedom that has us under the foot of the white man. Talk black to me. If the white man has a country, we got to have a country. If the white man has land, we got to have land. If the white man has a government, we got to have a government. If the white man has an economy, we got to have an economy. If the white man has a God and a religion, we got to have a God and religion. We can't be equal with the white man until we have the same thing the white man has. Are you listening to me?
Go ahead.
In order for us to be equal with the white man, we got to have the black woman. In order for us to be equal with the white man, we got to have the black woman. You freed us but kept our woman. Talk black to me. Hello? She's his, not ours. She's ours by nature. She's ours by divine right. But she's his by everything else. Talk black to me. We will accept Islam, many of us, 5 times the rate that they will accept Islam. Because the white man has a stronger hold on your woman, black man, than he has on you. Are you listening to me? He offers her more than he offers you. He'll take care of her before he will take care of you. She's a prize for him as opposed to you. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, there are some white men that are kind of freakish. And those are the crackers that you are a prize for, brother.
Man.
Y'all listening to me? Hey. For the freakish and faggot white man, brother, you are a prize for him. But for the normal white man, your woman is the prize. Talk black to me. All right. The aim and the purpose of the coming of God is to establish freedom for all in the light of the sun. The aim and the purpose of God is to establish justice all in the light of the sun. God comes to bust up the system of government that rules this world, where some are given freedom, others freedom is withheld. God comes to bust that up.
Go ahead.
Where justice is applied or practiced among some, but withheld from others. God comes to bust that up. Everybody gets freedom. Everybody gets justice. Everybody is treated equally. Are you listening to me? God comes to bust up the big I and the little you. He comes to bust that up. God comes to bust up some people being superior to other people. Are you listening to me? God comes to render freedom and justice equally to all in the light of the sun. And so point number 2 of what the Muslims want. We want justice. Equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed, class, or color. Don't give a damn what color you are. We want justice applied equally. We don't give a damn what religion you are. That's what creed means. You think creed means some nigga fighting in a Hollywood movie. Creed means your religion, your ideology, your philosophy, your doctrine. Regardless, we don't care what you believe. We want justice applied equally to everybody, no matter what they believe. We want justice applied equally to everybody, no matter what color they are. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless to creed, class, or color. What you mean class? Class means rich, poor, whatever. We don't want justice applied more to those who are rich and less to those who are poor. We don't want justice to be applied unequally to the upper classes as opposed to being withheld more from the lower classes, regardless of class. Rich, poor, educated, stupid, don't matter. We want justice applied equally to all, no matter what your class or status is in the society. That's what the Muslims want. And that's what the Muslim flag represents. Talk black to me. We want equality. Equality of opportunity. We want equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, how do we talking about Allah's aim and purpose, how do we achieve the freedom, the justice, and the equality in points 1, 2, and 3 of what the Muslims want? Talk black to me. We start out telling you what we want. Freedom, justice, equality. Then in point number 4, now we tell you how we want it. We tell you how we are to get it. What it will take for us to get point 1, point 2, and point 3 is spelled out in point 4. Well, what is point number 4? We want our people whose parents or grandparents were descendants of slaves to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of our own, either here or elsewhere. Meaning, let the white man divide up America and say this part is for you niggas and the rest is for us. Or elsewhere, resettle us on some other part of this earth that we can call our own, like you did with many of us in the 1800s that you shipped back to Africa to establish the country of Liberia.
Right.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
In the 1800s, the white man established what was called the American Colonization Society. And various states in America at that time had American Colonization Society chapters. in those particular states. And what they did was they raised money and put together the logistics necessary to take black people from America, ship them to West Africa in the area that is now called Liberia. And many of the Liberians today are the descendants of slaves from America.
Go ahead.
Are you listening to me?
Teach.
But at least in theory, they have been given a full and complete freedom. In theory. What do I mean when I say in theory? They got land that they can call their own, Liberia. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
They have a government of their own, Liberia. Hello. The only reason I say it's in theory and not in practice is because colonialism, neo-colonialism, has the country of Liberia under the foot of America and Europe.
Come on.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. A bunch of niggas left Georgia, brother. Listen now.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about theory as opposed to practice. A bunch of niggas left Georgia. And their names were African names before they got to Georgia. But when they were made slaves, they were given the names of their masters.
Right.
So a bunch of niggas named Tubman, after the white man left Georgia and was settled in Liberia. And the descendants of those slaves named Tubman, one of the descendants of those slaves named Tubman became the president of Liberia. You're a descendant of slaves.
Right.
But in theory, you have been given a full freedom, a complete freedom. You got land, Liberia. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
You got a government, Liberia. Talk black to me. But you haven't been freed of the white man's name.
Not at all.
You still Tubman.
Wow.
Hello. And his first name wasn't an African name either, if I remember correctly. You haven't been freed of the white man's name. Haven't been freed of the white man's language. Haven't been freed of the white man's culture. Right or wrong?
Teach.
And haven't been freed of the white man's power. Talk black to me. But you're still in a better condition than the Negroes here in America. That's for sure. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We want our people whose parents or grandparents are descendants of slaves to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of our own, either here or elsewhere. Right?
Yes, sir.
We believe our former slave masters are obligated to provide such land. Here come the goddamn white man. This wicked, white, no good bastard. We say we believe he's obligated to provide such land. Cracker, what's wrong with that?
Come on.
What the hell is right with you not being obligated to provide us? You found us with land. You took us from land.
Come on.
And then you took the land from the people you took us from. You can't free us with no land.
Teach.
You got to provide us with some land that we can use to take care of ourselves. Talk black to me. You're obligated to provide us with such land. Abraham Lincoln felt that America was obligated to provide us with such land. James Monroe, President James Monroe, believed that America was obligated to provide us with such land. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
The visionary American politician who was Abraham Lincoln's mentor. The one Abraham Lincoln looked up to. Wow, I want to be just like him when I grow up. Henry Clay believed that America was obligated to provide us with such land. How in the hell do you think Liberia came into existence? America went through a lot of trouble to raise a lot of money and to put together a lot of logistics to get us across that ocean back to Africa where we came from. Abraham Lincoln tried to settle us in Panama. Y'all listening to me? Abraham Lincoln was dedicated to the idea of the resettlement of the black slave in America, outside of America, on some earth he could call his own. So you racist devils, with your smart aleck remarks, go to hell. We believe, as some of the greatest of your white men believe, that you are obligated to provide such land, and that the area must be fertile and minerally rich. You ain't sticking us on no damn swamp land. You ain't sticking us on no damn barren land. You're not going to pick the worst land that you don't want for yourself, land that got nothing, and then stick niggas on it. The land must be fertile. We got to be able to feed ourselves from this land. It's got to be minerally rich. We got to be able to earn a living from that land. Talk black to me. You took us from fertile land in Africa that was minerally rich. How do I know? Because you took us from an area of Africa that was heavily forested, and you called it the Gold Coast. Heavily forested means it was fertile. Gold Coast means it was minerally rich. You're not going to take us from land like that and then stick us somewhere in a swamp or on some barren land we can't even grow nothing. Hell no. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to maintain and supply our needs in this separate territory for the first 20 to 25 years until we are able to maintain and supply our own needs. You can't just throw us out someplace and say, hey, we got ours, get yours. Hell no, we got you yours. Help us with ours.
That's right.
Talk black to me. You wouldn't have no damn yours, cracker, if it wasn't for ours.
Go ahead.
So for the first 20 to 25 years, you got to make sure we have everything we need. But after that 20 or 25 at the most, if we can't take care of ourselves after that 25 years, then the hell with us. Are you listening to me? We don't expect you to take care of us no more years than that. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't no way in hell we can get started on some land of our own with no help. You didn't get America started without help from England.
Come on.
Talk black to me. The areas that were French didn't get started without help from France. Hello, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
The Louisiana Purchase. Huh? The areas in the southeast, Florida. You didn't get that without help from Spain. Talk black to me. So if you're going to set us truly free, you got to help us get started. get started. Are you listening to me? Europe made sure you were okay for longer than 20 years. Europe took care of your needs for longer than 25 years. We're asking you to maintain and supply our needs for only 20 to 25,000 years, or 25 years, pardon me. Y'all listening to me? That is a just demand. That is how we get point 1, point 2, and point 3. There are other aspects of the program of the Nation of Islam that cover the full freedom that we're after. Point number 7, in what the Muslims believe, is that we believe that we should be freed from the names of the white man. Right or wrong? Point number 7. Let me read it to you. We believe this is the time in history for the separation of the so-called Negroes and the so-called white Americans. We believe the black man should be freed in name. We believe the black man should be freed in name as well as in fact. That's the full and complete freedom. Point number 1 of what we want is talking about. Freed in name as well as in fact. By this we mean that he should be freed from the names imposed upon him by his former slave master. Names which identified him as being the slave master's slave. We believe, we, the Muslims, this is what we believe. You Christians don't believe this. We, the Muslims, believe that if we are free indeed, not just in words, but in deeds, we should go in our own people's names, the black people of the earth. You damn Christians. You don't believe you should go in your own people's names. You believe it's no problem whatsoever staying in the white man's names, or people that are not your people. You want freedom with the last name Taylor. You want freedom with the last name Freeman. You want freedom with the last name Washington, Jackson, Johnson. But the Muslims believe if we're really free, if we are really free, like we were before the white man enslaved us, then we should go in the names of our own people, like we did before the white man enslaved us. But you Christians, you don't believe that. You don't want a full freedom. You don't want a complete freedom. You don't want to be equal with the white man. You want to share equal with the white man. Hell no. I don't want to share equal with the white man. I want to have equal as the white man. Make sense? If the white man has a bowl of soup and a nigger has no soup, the nigger wants to share equally half of the white man's bowl of soup. No, I want to have. The Muslim wants to have a bowl, have some soup. His own bowl, his own soup, the whole damn bowl of soup, and let the white man have his soup. That's the type of equality we want. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
But Negroes want the white man to provide them with one of his bowls and then pour half his soup into theirs. You crazy as hell. You slave-minded as hell. No, we want a full and complete freedom. We want recognition among the civilized nations of this earth. We don't want the civilized nations of the earth recognizing us as the black minority in America.
Right.
Y'all ain't listening to me. We don't want for the other civilized nations of the earth to see America as the white man and see us as a minority in the America of the white man. African Americans, unequal members of white society. We're not trying to be looked at as that. We want to be looked at as an equal by all the other nations because we, like them, are our own nation.
Come on.
Are you listening to me? We want them to see us with our own land, our own flag, our own government, our own systems of everything, wearing our own names. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
That's a full and complete freedom. This is why, in what the Muslims believe, I believe is point number 8, it says, we want equality as a nation of equals. We do not believe we are equal with our former slave masters in the status of freed slaves. Any society that was once master and slave, in a society that was composed of one master and the other slave, the slave is not the equal with the master in the status of freed by the master from his slavery. One is a freed slave. How is he equal with his master? In what manner is he equal with his master? His master owns everything. The freed slave is not educated because education was withheld from the slave. Education was reserved for the master. The slave has no wealth because the master has all the wealth. So the slave has no education, no wealth, no anything. How is the slave, though he is freed now by his master, how is he equal with his master with nothing? Now, we believe in equality as a nation of equals. But you Christians, you don't believe that. You don't believe in equality with the white man as a nation of equals like the white man. Nah, you'd rather just beg the white man to share more of what he has with you. You just like the Lazarus that's talked about in the Bible, laying at the rich man's gate, begging not for what the rich man has, but just for the crumbs that fall from the rich man's table. You know what happened to Lazarus? You know what got Lazarus up from the gate of the rich man? God had to kill the rich man.
Go ahead.
Y'all ain't listening to me. God had to strike the rich man and pull Lazarus away from the rich man and take Lazarus into the bosom of Abraham. Y'all ain't listening. All of that symbolic language. All of that is Allah's aim and Allah's purpose. Allah's aim and Allah's purpose, as I begin to close, Allah's aim and Allah's purpose is to separate the black man of America from the white man of America, and to punish and destroy the white man of America for the evils that he has committed against the black man of America. Allah's aim, Allah's purpose in his advent, in his coming, is to reunite, rejoin the black man onto his own kind. But since that cannot be done in the present condition of the black man, blind, deaf, and dumb, the black man must be qualified to rejoin back to his own by being taught a thorough knowledge of himself, by being re-educated, by being retrained, by being reformed, by being cleaned up, by being dignified, and made a respectful member of the society of the civilized nations of this earth. That's the aim and the purpose of God and his coming to America.
Go ahead.
That's his aim.
Teach.
That's his purpose.
Teach.
Is to take a people who for over 400 years have been made no people at all. It is to take the bottom rung of civilization. Listen, it is to do what Jesus said. Take the tail and make it no longer the tail but the head. To take the stone that the builders rejected and make it the head stone of the corner.
Go ahead.
That's Allah's aim. That's Allah's purpose. As it is written in the scripture, that God in the last days would choose the despised, the rejected, the unloved, the unwanted. Jesus talked about this. He said, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Right or wrong? When you read Jesus's statements regarding who would be blessed in these days, nobody fits that description more than we fit that description.
Go ahead.
Jesus said in the last days that God would cause the first to be last and make the last the first. Talk black to me. Who's the last today? Us. Then who's going to be first? Us. Hello. And so the most honorable Elijah Muhammad says in what we believe in the judgment, but we believe this first judgment will take place here in America, as is prophesied in the scriptures. Allah's aim, Allah's purpose is not the same as his aim and his purpose was 2,000 years ago when he sent Jesus.
That's right.
Anybody listening?
That's right.
Allah's aim, Allah's purpose is not the same as it was 1,400 years ago when he raised up Muhammad, peace be upon him, among the Arabs. Allah's aim and Allah's purpose is not the same as it was when he raised up Moses to teach civilization to the white man in the caves of Europe. Whenever Allah raises a prophet or messenger, he has an aim, he has a purpose, and depending on the time, the people, and the circumstances, that is what determines what his aim and what his purpose is. 1,400 years ago, Allah raised Muhammad as a messenger to the Arab. What was his aim? What was his purpose? Well, what was the condition that the Arabs were in? The Arabs were idolaters, right or wrong.
Right.
They were worshipers of many different gods.
Go ahead.
They didn't believe in the one God, Allah.
Go ahead.
They associated gods with Allah.
Go ahead.
The Arabs Arabs were ignorant and savage as hell, relatively speaking. Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
The Arabs were so stupid. When a man and a woman married and started to have children, if the first child was a daughter, they would bury the daughter alive.
Yes, sir.
And they would continue doing this until a son was born. Are y'all listening to me? How stupid is that? They were very, 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 very oppressive with respect to their females. All right. The Arabs were so filthy that they used to run around the Kaaba in Mecca naked. Crazy as hell. Y'all listening to me?
Teach.
They were given to drunkenness. They were given to sexual perversity.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. They were in a very, very wretched condition. What was Allah's aim and purpose? To civilize the Arabs, to give them a higher civilization, to make of the Arab a great nation.
Come on.
Are you listening to me?
Teach.
To clean up their religious practice, to rid them of alcoholism, to rid them of sexual perversity, to rid them of all manner of ignorance, superstition, and sin. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Take the Arab, clean him up, stand him up, and make him a dignified and refined member of the civilized nations of this earth. That was his aim. That was his purpose, and he accomplished it. He revolutionized and reformed the condition of the Arab. When Allah sent Jesus to the so-called Jew 2,000 years ago, what was his aim? What was his purpose? The Jew was already, quote unquote, worshiping only the one God. The Jew was already, quote unquote, following the teaching, the civilized teaching of Moses.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. But the aim of Allah in sending Jesus, the aim of Allah, the purpose of Allah was to warn. It was to warn the Jews that the kingdom of heaven was going to be taken from them and given to a people bringing forth the fruits thereof. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
It was to reform even their religious practice. It was to pull them back to the right path that Moses had originally placed them on. Are y'all listening to me? Spiritually speaking. That was the aim. That was the purpose. The Jews were not in bondage to anybody when Jesus was sent to them. The Arabs were not in bondage to anybody when Muhammad was sent to them. But today, there is a people swallowed up, a people numbering 45 plus million, swallowed up in another people, denied freedom, denied justice, denied equality. And so the purpose of God is spelled out in the Bible, wherein Jesus gives a parable of God's coming and what his purpose would be upon his coming. He said, would not a man having 100 sheep, and one of those sheep is lost, would not that man leave the 99 sheep to go after that sheep that is lost. Talk black to me. This is the aim and purpose of God in his coming in the last days. There is a people in the last days who are lost from their own. They're lost from their own land, lost from their own people, lost from their own God, their own religion, their own language, their own culture, swallowed up by another people. Many in the Orthodox Muslim world, the ones who are worth a damn as Muslims, they think that the number one focus of God, Allah, is the genocide in Palestine. And I understand that. I get it. I swear to you, I get it. But I'm sorry. God has not lost the Palestinians. The Palestinians are Muslims. They believe in Allah. They practice Islam. They're not lost. They're in Palestine. The Jews may be occupying it, but the Palestinians are still in it. Are you listening to me? So you can't tell me that the Palestinians are lost. They're not lost from nothing. But we are a people who were once part of the Islamic world, who are now lost from that world. We're no longer even in Islam. And so Allah's coming, his aim, his purpose is to take his sheep only means his followers, his worshipers, is to take those who were once part of a whole, but are now lost from that whole, to go after that part that's lost, bring it back to the whole. Are you listening to me? And so when Allah comes, he comes to the land where millions of his people who were once Muslims are lost among infidels. And he seeks to restore us to the true worship of Islam. He seeks to separate us from our enemy, rejoin us to the world of Islam, as it is prophesied in the Bible and in the Holy Quran. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Let me read something to you and hurry up and shut up. We're going to go to the Holy Quran for you Muslims. We're going to show you how Allah's aim and Allah's purpose is determined by the time and the conditions. Chapter 28, the narrative. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, benignant, hearing, knowing God. These are the verses of the book that makes manifest. We recite to thee the story of Moses and Pharaoh with truth, for a people who believe. All right. Surely Pharaoh exalted himself in the land and made its people into parties, weakening one party. Stars in a blue background. Weakening one party from among them. He slaughtered their sons and let their women live. Surely he was one of the mischief makers. And we desired. What did I just say, Brother Gerard X? We desired. This is Allah talking. We desired to bestow a favor upon those who were deemed weak in the land. Allah's aim in verse 5 of chapter 28 is to bestow favor upon the weak in the land of Pharaoh, and to make them the leaders, and to make them the heirs, and to grant them power in the land, and to make Pharaoh and Haman and their whole seed from them what they fear. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Pharaoh in the Quran is the leadership of America. Talk back to me. It's not history, it's prophecy. Pharaoh today in 2025 is Donald J. Trump.
Come on.
Allah in 2025 is Wallace Farad Muhammad.
Go ahead.
The two parties are what the Kerner Commission described America as, two nations. One white, one black, separate but unequal. Talk black to me. The white man kills our men, spares our women. Talk back to me. He has weakened us in America, killing our men, saving our women. But God, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, has visited us and has chosen us to be his people and he to be our God. He desires to bestow favor on us, to make us leaders, to make us heirs, to grant us power. That's the aim. That's the purpose of Allah. Don't tell me that the aim and the purpose of Allah 1400 years ago, Orthodox Muslims, serves the black man in America today. No, it doesn't. The aim and the purpose of God 1400 years ago, that's not good enough for the black man today, 1400 years later.
Come on.
All right now. I don't know what I took these glasses off for. I want you to make an intelligent decision when it comes to Islam, you Christians, and you Orthodox Muslims. An Orthodox Muslim ain't nothing but a Christian and a Kufi. Aims of Islam. Aims of Islam. Brother Gerard X, I need you to take a look at this. What am I doing?
Amen.
I'm aiming, right?
Yes, sir.
I can aim in a 360-degree direction, right?
Yes, sir.
Aims of Islam. Aim at the chair. Aim at the vent. Aim at the door. Aim at the flag.
Yes, sir.
Aims of Islam. What is Islam pointed towards? What direction is Islam headed in? Aims of Islam.
Go ahead.
The aims of Islam have never been exactly the same, no matter what prophet Allah raised. Every time Allah raised a messenger or a prophet, the aim was to some degree different than it was with the former prophet.
Yes, sir.
And the next prophet's aim, with respect to Allah's raising him up, would be different than that prophet, right or wrong?
Go ahead.
Okay. Why were the aims different? Because the conditions were different. The times were different. The circumstances were different. So Allah had an aim that was different. All right. The aim of Islam in 2025, as taught by Master Farad Muhammad through the most honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Come on.
the aims of Islam that we as black people would be benefited by are not the aims that was Allah's 1400 years ago. Number one, to teach our people and train them into a knowledge of God, whose proper name is Allah, and to teach them of the devil, the enemy of God, and the righteous. That sounds pretty good, right?
Yes, sir.
That ain't gonna move black folks.
Come on. Teach.
That's too philosophical.
Teach.
Number two, to teach our people the true religion of God, and that is Islam. Again, too philosophical. Number three, to elevate our moral standards. Well, we believe Christianity does that.
Yes, sir.
Four, to unite our people in one nation or brotherhood. Now, that's what Christianity has failed to do. Talk black to me. Not only has Christianity failed to unite us into one nation or brotherhood, but Orthodox Islam has also failed to do the same. Who heard what I just said?
Yes, sir.
The aim of no masjid among the Muslims who left Elijah and started following his son Wallace, none of you Sunni Muslims have as an aim in your masjids the unity of the black man in America into one nation or brotherhood. That's not your aim. So to hell with your damn Islam.
Go ahead.
Number five, to secure better homes and friendship in all walks of life for our people. That's not an aim of Orthodox Islam.
Go ahead.
That's not an aim of the Black Christian Church.
That's right.
Six, to secure universal recognition by civilized nations of our people. The Black Christian Church does not take this as an aim.
Come on.
The Black Muslim Masjid does not take that as an aim. Number seven, to secure justice for the so-called American Negro, meaning African American. That's no aim either. The only aim of the Orthodox Muslims with respect to black people is to get us to pray like other Muslims pray, fast when other Muslims fast, be like other Muslims around the world. Make us a black African American version of Middle East Muslims. What about justice? You don't see the Orthodox Muslim, whether Sunni, Shia, whatever, you don't see the black man who is a Muslim in America even near the front lines of justice for the black man in America. But the followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad are the vanguard. The followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad are on the front lines for justice for the black man in America. Number 8, to have protection for our women. Now, nobody takes that as an aim. Number 9, to secure better businesses, schools, and hospitals. How many hospitals have the Orthodox Muslims established for the black man in America? How many? Not a damn one. How many hospitals have the Black Christian Church established for the black man in America? If any, damn near not a one. Are y'all listening to me? We got to beg the white man for even a medical degree.
Come on.
We are the same people that were issuing medical degrees in the Middle Ages doing complex cataract eye surgery in the Middle Ages in West Africa when we were Muslims
Teach.
and at home in Africa.
Teach.
At a time when the white man's idea of medicine was spookism and superstition. Are you listening to me?
Go ahead. Teach.
But niggas had universities teaching medicine and were earning medical degrees.
Yes, sir.
Niggas
Yes, sir.
in Africa doing cataract eye surgery. Y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
We were way ahead of the white man.
Oh, we were doing brain surgery too.
But now,
Yes, sir.
look at us now. What a difference a day makes. Look at us now.
Go ahead.
Begging the white man for health care. Obamacare. Right or wrong? Affordable health care. And here come the white man trying to destroy it. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
We something else, brother. The aim, as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, of Islam in America, meaning Master Farad Muhammad's coming, the aim of Islam is not, he specifically said this, it's not to teach us the spiritual part of it and leave us under America. Listen, it is not to teach us the spiritual part of Islam and leave us in our condition in America or position in America. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
But it is to take us, a people, at the bottom rung of civilization and to place us at the top of civilization.
Go ahead.
That's Allah's aim. That's Allah's purpose. And if you got anybody else's Islam, if it's not militant and black nationalists, if it's not radical and black separatists, if it's not revolutionary and pan-Africanist, take that Islam and shove it up your stopdad, Minister Eric. We don't want that damn pump Peckerwood Islam. We're not interested in no Dr. Phil or Mr. Rogers Islam. We're not interested in no integration Islam and civil rights. Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
I don't give a goddamn about Zoran Mandani. I don't give a damn about Rashida Tlaib. I don't give a damn about Ilhan Omar. I don't give a damn about CARE, Council of American Islamic Relations, whatever the hell that crap means. I don't care nothing about none of that. I care only about Islam to the degree that Islam cares about me.
Go ahead. Teach.
Y'all listening? If the only thing God can offer me is a beard, a kufi, and a prayer rug, tell God to go to hell. I ain't interested. Salam or nothing. Get the Lakem hell out of here. I'm a black man in America,
Go ahead.
suffering, damn near enslaved and dead. All these other Muslims got countries. God damn it, God, you got to give me a country. Are you listening to me? The Palestinians got Palestine. All they got to do is run them damn Jews up off of it.
Go ahead.
The Saudis have Arabia. The Yemenis have Yemen. The Omanis have Oman. The Bahrainis have Bahrain. The Iranians have Iran. Now, damn it, where's ours? come to me with no damn Quran, no kufi, no beard and no damn prayer rug. I want land, some of this good earth that we can call our own, with a flag and a government of our own, and systems of that government of our own. You will not offer me the spiritual side of Islam and not offer me any change, any real and substantive change in my status in America. The hell with that. But you pump Peckerwood worshiping nigger Muslims that left Elijah and went with Wallace. You got the nerve to take this filthy rag and put it next to this Holy Quran and say you want to be the best Americans. You stupid as hell. We want out of America completely.
That's right.
Let this cracker have America.
That's right.
We don't want to run for his damn offices. We don't want to hold his positions. We don't want nothing of the white man but to set us free and give us a good send-off. That's the aim of Allah. That's the purpose of Allah's coming. To give us freedom, a full and complete freedom. To give us justice, equal justice under the law. To establish a society where justice is applied equally to all, regardless to creed, class, or color. His aim and purpose is to provide us with equality of opportunity and to provide us with equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
So miss me with God's aims and God's purposes that came with Jesus of 2,000 years ago. Those aims and those purposes will not sufficiently address our state and condition in 2025. Miss me with the aims and purposes of Allah 1,400 years ago. Because Allah's aims in Saudi Arabia 1,400 years ago do not address the black man's problem in America. Get them aims and purposes the hell out of my face. Straight up. I don't care what you think and how you feel. Get that out my face. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We as black people occupy a unique position in the negative sense. It is unique. It is unlike in negativity any other people's position on the face of the planet Earth. And if God, Allah, your Allah, your Jehovah, your whatever, if your damn God and your damn religion does not address our problem, the hell with your God, the hell with your religion, we are with Elijah. Talk black to me. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Allah's aim and purpose. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.